episode. Well, it's technically not our 1 year because we did do episode.
You're good. Keep going. It was delayed.
We did episodes a while before we started putting them on Apple Podcasts, and we are now officially at episode 52 on Apple Podcasts, which is a full year's worth of podcasts. So,
and we've only missed 2?
Is it 2?
I think it's 2.
We are pretty consistent with at least doing a show a week for you guys and babbling on about nothing. So we're going to spend today kind of talking about the podcast, what we've learned, what we've liked, what we didn't like. And I've got some ideas for the podcast going forward in the future. And yeah, some of these ideas I haven't even talked to Thomas about yet.
That means he's firing me.
It does not.
I've been replaced by Grant.
I think Grant would like that.
I think he would too. Jose. I could recommend literally anything else besides that to drink.
You know, I didn't want to open a new bottle of tequila. That Angel's Envy last week, I was not feeling good the next day. I don't know if I had too much vodka in my drink, but... Whew. So, I decided to get away from the whiskey for the night. I didn't want to do Fireball just for our, 50-second episode, so...
That's fair. I brought back an old favorite. I found her on the shelf. I haven't used her in a while.
Some Tito's handmade vodka?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you that you found that on the shelf. You found it on the shelf at the liquor store. Like, when you were there buying booze, you didn't find it on a shelf at your house.
Yeah.
Because if you did, it was empty.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. You're crazy.
No, I know what you were like last night.
Yeah, that was something. 2 sheets to the wind, and I don't know why.
You were yelling at me about gliders and...
Was I? I don't remember. Thank you for the glider, by the way. That was really nice. I actually got some tin for us, so I have bronze in there for you for armor.
Oh, nice.
Make up for it. I knew I got mad at you for something stupid. I just didn't remember what it was.
You guys were off trying to find Amber, and I was like, well, you guys should be able to find this because you're looking it up online and doing all this shit. I'm like, I'm going to go see if I can find the stuff for a glider. So I found enough for one, which it was a pain in the ass to find.
Uh-oh.
Before we need this thing, and it's fucking worthless. We can still hear you. You're just not moving on camera.
There we go. There it is. That was weird. Sorry about that.
But sometimes you make some of those upgrades and they're just garbage. You're like, why the fuck did I do this? So I wanted to make sure it was worth it before I went and spent the next 2 hours finding the sacks.
I appreciate it. I actually am getting the poison sacks for you so you can get upgraded ranger armor.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I might switch out of ranger now since I honestly thought that's what your brother was going as a tank. So then I'm like, cool, I'll do some DPS. And now he's gone full ranger, and I'm like, well, we don't need 2 DPS. We need a tank, a healer, and a DPS.
I did go full heals.
Yep.
We're good to go. All right. So, okay.
I might be respecking.
That's fine. Do what makes you happy. Are we going to do a shot of the week, or is our shot of the week going to be just for the podcast?
Yeah. We can do a shot of the week. I mean, I got my Jose in my shot glass here.
Sound kind of empty. Wasn't late to work, though, this morning, so that's a blessing.
Sounds good. Me either.
Shut up. Girlfriend wants me to go to her 10-year high school reunion. Did you ever go to yours?
Haven't been to one yet. I've had my 20.
Damn.
Didn't go.
Old as shit.
I didn't go to my 10 for good reason. My wife was 9 months pregnant with my firstborn.
Yeah, that's a good reason.
And it was like, if I was going to go there, I was going to want to get drunk, and it wasn't a time where I could be getting drunk.
That's fair.
So
I didn't care about mine because it happened in Nebraska. I'm not going back to Nebraska to go to a high school reunion. I was also only there for a year, so I don't remember any of those motherfuckers.
you remember some of them.
I remember Bubbles because I've known him since the 6th grade. That's a little different.
Yeah.
I would
That's
pop.
one.
I would pop in and out of his life randomly. It was weird.
Yeah.
Just like pop into school one day and he's like,
What
"I know you."
didn't Kay graduate with
Mm-mm.
you guys?
No. I met her working at the movie theater.
I knew that, but
That's it. She was in a different school district.
no. I mean, like when me and my wife met, we met at Hy-Vee, but then we found out we lived actually in the same apartment building,
Oh, that's
just
cool.
on different floors.
That makes it a little easier.
You know. So,
Okay. All right.
you want to go first, or you want me to?
You.
Okay, mine's gonna be tough to follow, but you want to go first now?
No, I got one.
Okay. I don't know. We've been dealing a lot with some estate and trust and other stuff, so it's had me really thinking lately, and having conversations with my brother and realizing how blessed I was to have the amazing grandparents I did that really cared about what you were doing. And it was really eye-opening to hear some of the things that other people have said that I didn't know. So this is to them being 10 out of 10 grandparents. Cheers.
Hell yeah. Taking you back to school shopping.
Even more little stuff, like just they would know what was going on in your life at all times. Like when I blew my knee out junior year of high school, and I was playing a football game, and I was across the state in Rapid City, which is like 5 hours away, and they didn't travel out there, but they were watching the game on TV.
That's cool.
You know, my aunt, I never knew that until I was having supper with my aunt, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember seeing." I said somebody went down. I was like, "Oh, that's probably Matt." My grandma was like, "Oh no, that's not him," and it was. But I just, I didn't even know that they sat and watched the game.
Oh yeah. It's cool. No, it sucks that you find that out now, but it's still really cool regardless. It's just people who genuinely care, and that's kind of rare nowadays.
Yeah.
I still got a good one though. This won't follow up, but I didn't discuss it before, but it's already been posted on Facebook, so I'm gonna say it now. Congratulations to my baby sister on getting engaged. Happened on Easter. Kind of kept it hush hush. They just booked the venue at a very haunted hotel, and that's very much my sister, so I'm pretty happy. So here you are, to Jack and Miranda. He's a good guy too. It's what makes me happy. Like,
Yeah.
we all
He
love
doesn't
him.
wear anime shirts tucked into slacks.
Nope. He beats people up like that. Fucking nerd.
I kind of wish those days were still around, where people would just be like, "Fucking nerd," and then fight somebody.
Me too. Humble a
I
generation.
think. Yeah.
Bring back bullying.
Right? I don't know. I think there's still, like, as much as we all want to say that there's not, I think there's still a generation of bullies out there, but not bullies. There's still a generation of tough people.
Oh, they're there. They're just quiet. They just don't say anything.
Mhm.
They're not the loudest voice in the room. They're actually the majority.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot in the Midwest, I've come to find out.
It's actually really funny. I've been actually thinking about this a lot. I saw somebody posted on Facebook, and it was somebody, and I'm like sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, the people who I would actually trust their opinion on something like that don't post on Facebook. But the people who, like, I don't know if it's their insecurities or the fact that they're overly confident and they're just fucking idiots, but those seem to be the people that consistently post their own thoughts and opinions on social media.
Because they think it matters.
Yeah, like they think that my life's better for hearing their opinion, or they want to just start debates. I don't know what it is. But
Me
like
neither.
the like the smartest people I know don't post stuff like that, and it's almost like because they just want to take in all the information, and they know that they're probably fucking wrong on a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. A smart man knows he's not smart.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
You know what you don't know?
I think it's lead paint poisoning, actually, but we don't have to get into that today.
Okay, all right.
It is interesting seeing a lot of stuff like that. And I'll respond to patients. And one of the questions I asked to get a baseline of their mental status is, do you know who the president is? And ever since we've had Trump, I have just stopped asking that question. I've just completely written it off. I've replaced it with something else. Because it just starts shit. No matter which side you're on, it just starts shit. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear this. Like, at all. Shut up.
Right?
Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But, whatever.
It's funny.
I gotta wait for the alcohol to kick in. I'm definitely mentally tired. I've been burning the candlestick at both ends the past few months.
It happens. It happens to the best of us.
Saved a lot of money.
Hells yeah.
Paid off my car.
Did you actually pay it off?
I have to do one more payment, but yes.
Well, because you've given me... I'm so confused.
I had plans to pay it
But
off.
it's a silly thing where it's like, I'm not going to call you out on something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it has zero effect on me.
I have the money there. It's just pulling the trigger for me because it's a decent amount of money. It's not that much, but still.
Rather pay that little bit of last interest.
That's all it is.
Smart. You know?
Yeah. Just waiting for the booze to kick in.
So, what has been your favorite episode of the podcast that we've done?
Probably the second one with Grant.
The second one with Grant, was that the one where he got shit-faced?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he got real.
He would just start it early. He's like, oh, I thought we took a shot every time someone else took a shot. So he was like 15 deep.
Yeah, he was.
2 sheets to the wind. Hilarious.
He was just yelling over us by the end of it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
amazing.
It's so funny. And like we've had
It really
plenty
is.
of guests and they're all just so different from each other.
Hmm?
Even having Daniel on, like, it's so interesting when you see our friends and how different they all are from each other.
Very.
My brother wants to be on so bad.
We've had Junior on once, haven't we?
Yeah, he wants to be on again.
Okay.
So we have to make that
Right.
happen.
Grant told me that he's turned on notifications, so he's going to be in the chat more often.
Oh,
with us.
very nice of him. We don't have a consistent schedule, and that's my bad. I try to.
If we were getting paid, I'm sure you could rearrange it a little bit easier, but
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. Man, I'm just fucking gassed. And we found a new game. Like, life's good. I'm having a good time. I don't know how you do all of that, and then you're also a dad. I don't get how you have the energy for that.
you don't.
Like, I could barely take care of that fucker down there.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a lot. I don't know how you do it.
Just do it.
Okay.
I mean, well, one, I have a wife, so we have a partnership. So she does a lot of stuff that I don't do. I do stuff that she doesn't do. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just there's shit that has to get done and shit that's important, and you figure out a way to do the shit that's important. And some days you're lazier than others, but at the end of the day, you're like, I can't be this lazy because otherwise shit piles up, and then it's even more work when I need to do it. And then when I want to do something fun, I fucking can't because I got this shit to do.
Yeah.
So that's the real motivation right there, is wanting to, like my one kid, you know, we're we're not wrestling right now. Well, we wrestled last weekend, but it's out of wrestling season. Baseball doesn't go on the weekends, and we'd been heavy into wrestling for 3-4 months. And he's like, I want to do something fun this weekend.
Okay.
Cool. Let's go find something fun to do.
Mini golf or...
Yeah. Of course, it's supposed to be cold and rainy, but we'll find something to do. Let's go bowling.
Oh, I love bowling. I'm so bad at it. So absolute trash at bowling, but I love it.
I just never understand the people that can get like so into sports like that.
Oh, me neither.
Like
But-
people that are like,
I can understand people getting into sports like that in general, no matter what the sport is. I get it. You really have a good time with it. But for me, it's just like, it's fun.
I could imagine like in like a high school athlete or, when they're going on to collegiate, but like once you get out of, like once you have a life, well, but that just becomes their life,
I guess. I think that's the only way you could make that happen. Like I had someone talking to me today about women's college basketball and about this player and the fucking beak on that lady. Jesus Christ, it was huge.
Caitlin Clark.
Maybe. I don't remember. She looked, I don't know, but I guess she's
From Iowa.
She's the fucking Wayne Gretzky of women's basketball right now. Like she's the shit. She's on fire. She's Steph Curry. That was who she said she was like. And I'm like, that's awesome. She's gonna go to the WNBA. How much money she's gonna make? Like, nothing.
Actually, fun fact with this, where she was playing in the NCAA March Madness tournament, Ice Cube actually offered her a $5 million contract to come play in the Big Three.
Damn.
And Dave Portnoy offered her a $10 million contract to come play in his rec league.
I mean, hey, money's money.
Exactly. I mean, like, that goes back to what I think it was Grant's comment that if your talent is there, the money will show up. The talent's there, so the money's showing up for her.
It is. And that's actually really cool. Maybe she'll do like a women's basketball revival. I'm sure the 3 fans that watch it would love that. But besides that,
She was actually on SNL too.
was she?
Really funny. Yeah.
Milk it, right? Have fun with it.
Yeah, of course. You only get to do that once in your life. So
Go on SNL? I want to go on SNL.
unless you're O.J. Simpson, he had several big popularity runs.
He did. Oh, he's dead.
He just died.
He's with his wife in hell now.
Fair enough.
But the funny thing is like I was seeing a video of like him saying the gloves didn't fit, like, and then someone went back to like when he was broadcasting like a few years before then wearing the fucking same gloves.
Yeah.
It's like if that had happened during this age, he would have gotten caught.
Yeah. Who knows?
That's insane. He killed his wife, and he got away with it, and he got famous for it.
Well, he was famous before that.
Yeah, but he became a
Famous for it.
household name after that.
He was a household name before that.
I didn't know who he was.
That's because you weren't born. Were you even born when he ran away in his Bronco?
When was that? What year?
I think it was like 95.
That's the year I was born.
Exactly. So how would you have known any of that?
Wasn't popular enough. I knew who Elmo was. And Elmo didn't kill his wife.
You didn't. And you have no proof that Elmo didn't kill his wife. As of right now, we don't know who killed her.
We don't know. Elmo doesn't have a wife. Elmo's a baby.
I was talking about OJ's wife. Elmo
Oh.
could have killed OJ's wife.
I guess so.
You know.
The actor for Elmo actually kind of looks like OJ.
Hmm?
The actor for Elmo kind of looks like OJ.
Does he?
A little bit.
See? There you go.
Um,
That's racist.
It was. So, what's been your favorite thing about doing the podcast? Right. And I'll give an example. I really like the consistency that we've put down. This basically went from our D&D night to the podcast. My time and energy that I put into D&D night, I just transitioned into the podcast. And it's been really cool because it's something I look forward to and it's consistent. Not as much time and energy.
I don't think you've put an eighth the amount of time and energy into the podcast
You-
that you put into D&D.
You really don't know how much I want winged that shit. It'd be 15
You
minutes
still put time
beforehand.
and energy into it.
It'd be 15 minutes
You had
beforehand, and
stories written out.
I didn't. I have the document still. It just has a title and like a party fights a mimic. Party finds loot. End. You guys filled in the gaps for me. I didn't have to do shit.
So what was the question?
Something you really enjoy about the podcast. What's the one thing you really enjoy about the podcast? And for me, it's the consistency that we've put out there.
I probably enjoy the most when we bring like people on and getting to get their opinions and thoughts and some of the learning that we've done. Like learning about chakras.
I was psychically healed.
Culinary. I don't think you were healed. I think you were touched inappropriately psychically.
It's her. That's fair. Yeah.
I think you got a finger in the balloon knot.
Maybe I liked it.
I think you did. That's why you didn't say anything. But I've liked, and then like talking to Daniel. It'd be fun to have Daniel back on to talk about his mead making now.
I'd actually love to hear about
Super
that.
heavy into that.
But his fitness, I'd really like to hear about his fitness journey because he lost a ton of weight and put on a ton of muscle. Like he looks fucking great right now.
But at what cost? Like he hasn't played video games with us in 6 months, so
It's true.
I'd like to know if that was worth it.
The answer's no, it's not.
Exactly. So
We've been pretty consistent, not even just with the podcast when you think about it. We've been pretty consistent as friends for just the last, 4 years?
yeah, I think it's been about that long.
I don't think a week has gone by where we haven't played a video game together. Even if it's just for like an hour and a half, quick game.
Sure, there has. The week that we're camping.
Yeah,
together.
the week we're getting drunk and eating food together.
Yeah, which won't happen this year. So this year we'll break the streak
I know.
because we're going to be gone 10 days for that.
Fuckers. It's good. I need to pinch my pennies and
It's going to be glorious. Did I tell you where I found out where our campsite is? You ever heard of Bear Country USA?
yeah, you did tell me.
So Bear Country USA is like this drive-through animal park. Like, and they've got bears, they've got wolves, and they just kind of get to roam free. And then you get to drive through in your car and like see these animals. Our campsite is right next to this. Like, if the bears are gonna fuck, we're gonna hear them at our campsite. Like, I drove by and I'm like, oh, that's real close. Gonna be carrying while we're there.
You should. Bring the slug rounds.
Well, I mean, it's South Dakota, so there's no concealed. We don't even have to have a concealed weapons permit.
We don't anymore either.
Carry.
Yeah.
It's good for you.
Well, I still do it, right? And I still have the license. And when you're in the military, when you qualify as a flyer, you have to qualify with now it's, I think, the M18. Before it was the M9 or the G18, whatever. You take that qualification sheet and you can turn it into the state and get your CHO.
Oh,
It's weird. So weird moment happened. All the deployers are back, right? So there are people. I went through a bit of a transformation the past 8 months. Got a promotion, got a lot more responsibility. Had to learn how to actually be an adult at my unit, not just be a body that does my job. I have to manage people now, which we talked about. And it requires expertise in certain little things. And they got back, and these are people who haven't seen me during this a lot of time, have no idea that any of this happened. And I walk into their office, and they're struggling. They don't know how to do this, they don't know where to find that, all these things. And I'm like, you guys could have just asked me. And it was them being like, what the fuck you mean? You don't know how to do any of this. And I'm like, oh, you mean GDSS? And I just started doing it all for them, with them and showing them. It took 4 hours. I got all of their shit knocked out. And they're like, when the fuck did you become an adult? I was like, I don't know. Gradually over time. So it's just oh, yeah, you need to do your EPR? Oh, I've got some bullets already made. What you need? Done. Replace these numbers with these numbers. Let's go. It was a very interesting thing to be a professional to people who saw me as a little shit at 22 years old.
and at 27 years old.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's new. But it feels good.
Do you think the podcast has helped you become more of an adult?
The podcast has made me more emotionally available for my relationship, actually. It's helped me get through some stuff with my relationship. I'd say.
Fair enough.
Helped me be financially more responsible, too. Although I did do my taxes yesterday.
Didn't get that big of a return, or what?
$500. Not too bad.
That's
It's better than having to pay.
yeah. Wait till you have kids.
Yeah?
You'll like taxes.
I like taxes then. One day. Hopefully soon. I need to get on that.
Yeah.
At least one.
Well, you're becoming less and less fertile the older you get. So.
I'm pretty sure I'm super fertile.
Are you?
Hmm.
It's all the little ring cones running around out there show the.
Just because I'm responsible doesn't mean I'm not fertile.
You're not responsible. We've spent the last 10 minutes talking about how irresponsible you've been for the last 7 years.
I had my Jake Peralta moment, okay? Let me have this.
Yeah. Stuff can be two things.
It was cool. I don't know. And it's so lame when you think about it, but it was cool.
It's not lame.
I-
Being an adult is not lame.
It's, for me, it was the people.
You know what's not lame? I have a family member, we're just going to say that, who just had double bypass surgery and had to start a GoFundMe page because he doesn't even have money to pay the bills
Yes.
at 60 years old. 55, 60 years old.
Oosh.
That's where fucking around and not taking life seriously gets you.
I suppose that's fair. I would never have that issue. Knock on wood. I have things in place to not have that issue.
Exactly. I mean, but well, you do, but you don't. Like, as long as I mean,
No, I mean, I do. Like, I have my health insurance that'll pay for. My copay is $50 maybe for something
yeah,
like
but
that.
I mean, you could have health. He could have health insurance and still not have, but still you're out of work for 4, 6, 8 weeks.
The Air Force would take care of me at that point too.
Most people don't have that option.
Exactly, and it for me it's a thing. It's a job I do for a safety net. I don't do it for money. I don't get fucking paid shit, but it's a safety net.
But as a responsible, I mean, you put money into a 401k,
Yeah.
it might cost you a little bit of money, or you have to take a loan out or something to bridge, or you've just got a savings account.
I have one of those.
I mean,
I have two
there's
actually.
a lot of things that you can do, but they're adult type things that fucking aren't that fun.
No.
Like having a 401k or savings accounts or saving money for a house or not buying the car that you want because you're going to save the money.
I have a Roth IRA, a TSP, and my military retirement.
Yeah.
I tried. But the difference is that my dad is very familiar with all of that. He's very integral to it all, and he helped me set up when I was really young, like in my early 20s, set these things up. I'll call him, like, hey, should I get this retirement? Yes or no? And he'll give me an answer. You know what I mean? He helps me. I have the guidance to make the right decisions. Not a lot of people have that.
Well, but there's enough information out there that if you take the time to learn, which a lot of people just don't.
I mean, he told me not to rely on Social Security. It won't be useful by the time I'm old.
Even if it is, I mean, it's still not that much money.
It's not.
Especially if you're, I mean, it can be if you've been financially responsible and you've got your house paid off, you've got your cars paid off, and you've got a good chunk of change, then it's $1,200 a month, I want to say, something like that. It might pay for your groceries and your electric bill and, taxes for the year, and you could be comfortable. But if you're relying on it to then pay rent and pay insurance and all this other shit, then yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
My grandparents are on Social Security and my grandpa's retirement. And they're fine.
Mhm.
They have a great time.
Yeah.
They love their life. Like,
Yeah,
They're
that's
not-
what my grandparents were. I mean,
Yeah.
they had, you know,
they're not making millions, but they're happy. And that's all I really want.
exactly. Yeah.
Cut out my own little slice of life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working for it. I'm working for it. If we don't go to war. If we go to war, tax-free paycheck, baby.
Did you? I don't know if this is true or not, but somebody said that Putin has initiated a fucking draft in Russia.
Probably. I don't know. I don't keep up with it.
Well, but why would he be initiating a draft in Russia? Like,
Well, he's
That-
fighting Ukraine.
well, yeah,
And-
that's bonkers.
Not doing good at it. Like, there's a lot to discuss. There's a lot to deconstruct when it comes to everything going on there. The end of the day is it's just happening, and they're pulling in America. You know, Ukraine is.
Yeah. Well, we're just funding it, but
Well, that too.
I don't know. I don't know enough to.
Me neither. Not on a public platform.
Yeah. So let's keep talking about the podcast.
The podcast. I think we have some improvements to make. Obviously, I need to be more involved. I can be after. So Egg's back, so my workload's gonna jump down significantly. Thank God. So I'm gonna actually have time to give in to the podcast. Kind of do some highlights. That's what I really want to do. Just like the highlights and stuff. Overlay them over Subway Surfer.
Oh, did you know that there's like kids that's all they do is make those over Subway Surfer and then steal other people's videos and are making fucking
Oh yeah.
like thousands and thousands of dollars a month, like $5,000-$10,000 a month,
yeah.
just stealing content?
Yeah. And there's nothing they can do about it.
No.
That's why you have these TikTokers that have YouTube followings now and that have like rebranded themselves as an influencer via YouTube and Snapchat. Like Call Me Chris, she started on TikTok. She did the skits with the little kids. Mildly entertaining. And then I followed her on YouTube, and she actually does a lot of paranormal videos, and my girlfriend loves influencers, right? Like she'll watch them all the time. And so we watch together the paranormal videos because to me that's actually interesting. The other stuff, whatever. But she branched out to the point where she's like flying to LA and doing interviews and being on this guy's podcast and this guy's show and doing this and that. And
Oh, is she the weird girl that like is like super monotone and like
no, I don't think she's monotone. She's blonde, skinny,
oh no, that's not her.
like a 7 out of 10.
There's a brunette that I saw, and she was interviewing like some really famous people, and then she was interviewing like this one. I didn't know who this gal was, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know much about you. I know that you're a famous musician." And she's like, magician? I ain't no motherfucking magician." And I was like, I don't know who either of these people are, but there's no way this can be real.
It is. And they get paid a lot of money for it. I mean, Bert Kreischer he went on record saying the reason his career is doing so well is because he started that podcast with Tom.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
that gave him a steady income.
Mm-hmm.
And now, whew,
So that and he sells out fucking arenas now.
now he does. But he didn't before. Even
Yeah.
when he was just in the machine, he did not sell out arenas. Now he's fucking selling arenas out overseas. Like, the man's killing it. Very impressive. And I do think we should maybe follow that format a little bit. But it's hard because we're not in person together. That's where the chemistry really comes in. When we have those in-person podcasts, that's when we can actually play off each other a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And, well, that and we're not stand-up comedians either.
Yeah, I'm not funny, naturally. Just
I think we say enough to be funny. We're just not, like, rehearsed bits, and
Yeah.
we're not Shane Gillis, let's be honest.
oh, I wish it was Shane Gillis.
You know.
Going to the goddamn George Washington estate during Black Lives Matter. Like, that's a bold choice, my friend.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go on shift tomorrow because I'm going to watch Down for Love.
Oh, okay.
It's fucked up.
I was thinking, so we've been talking about wanting, I mean, obviously, one thing that we struggle with on the podcast is coming up with topics to converse about.
Topics that we're like proficient in too.
Yeah, like, because, I mean, we could just pick something and talk about it, but then we won't have fucking any idea what we're talking about. And, you know, you see a lot of these, like, people who talk about, you know, just do, like, trivia questions and come up with stupid shit to do with each other. And it's like, it's already been done. I don't want to do that.
Sometimes it's fun, like the hypotheticals and stuff. Sometimes it can be interesting.
Yeah, some of them can be.
But not every day. Not every time.
No. But what I was thinking is we had talked about doing like a movie review one week and a game review one week. And then the other thing, what if we started doing, I've never seen, and maybe they're out there and I have never seen it, a book club podcast.
They're definitely out there, but they're not very popular.
And why is that?
I think reading has gone... Okay, I think reading went down in popularity over the past few years, right? Like, really bad. And then...
I would...
Well, recently it came back up.
I would say it seems like it's crazy high. Like, especially audiobooks.
So, people who read never stop reading. I think your wife is a prime example of that. She is a reader. She will always be reading, right? Like, it's just a way to kill time. It entertains yourself, right? I read all the goddamn time. It's different. I don't know. I feel we're just not getting new readers. We have the old readers from, like, the Hunger Games era, the Twilight era, the Harry Potter era. We have the old readers. We don't really have new readers.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Audiobooks have definitely helped get people back in and get you in. I mean, in general.
Yeah.
I love audiobooks. They're very entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't listen to any of my audiobook today, and I was on the phone most of the day, but I've been really jamming Lightbringer.
Oh yeah. I'm back into it. It's gonna take some time, but
I forgot how much I enjoyed that book and how much, like, I think I went through it too fast.
Because you want to know what happens.
And there's a lot now that I'm listening to it for the second time, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about a lot of this stuff. Oh, this was so good. And I
mean, he definitely is one of the best authors I've ever read. I've read a lot of people. He's one of the best, but he's a male author. He writes for the male gaze. He writes in a male way. A lot of female readers don't necessarily want to read that.
He writes for male gaze?
Yes. What do you think? What do you think Quicksilver's for? He's eye candy. Duh.
And Mateo?
Oh, is Mateo canonically gay?
Mateo is married to Quicksilver.
No, he's not.
What?
Isn't Mateo the one that trains Darrow in the beginning?
Yes.
He's not married to
Quicksilver's husband.
He's not married to Quicksilver.
Oh my god. Yes, he 100% is.
Oh, he is. That's why he's a part of the Sons of Ares. Yeah. Oh shit, you're right. That's on me. I think. It's been a while. That's book 2.
It's 100% right.
That's book 2. That's been a while.
Yeah, it's 100%.
I'll be honest, when I read book 2, I read the gala. And
which is amazing.
Like the boarding of the packs and then the Iron Rain, and that's it. Like, I just skip through it.
Yeah.
It's the best scene in all the books that I've read so far. Like, and when I say in all the books that I've read so far, I mean in every book I've ever read, ever.
I don't know. There's some good scenes. Will you just hurry up and finish Lightbringer?
I'm working on it.
There is so many things I want to talk to you about that.
Okay, I'm working on it. It just takes a minute for me to get into that mode.
And I'm really upset that Kay is reading... That I haven't gotten to talk with Kay about her, and... Because I think she's in Golden Sun right now.
No, she's done. She's done with Morningstar.
Yeah. And she hasn't talked to us about it. I'm very upset about it.
I was trying to text her, like, be more of a friend recently, and then I realized she doesn't need me to be. She has plenty of other friends, so I'm like, oh, cool. Here if you need me, homie.
Yeah, I don't need to be a friend. I just want to talk to her about Red Rising.
Which we're gonna get her on. We're gonna talk to her about it. Once she finishes the fourth
Yeah.
wing, she got it.
But it's so much better to talk to somebody like as they're going through it, because like she was talking about like she was at the scene where Darrow got his hand cut off, and I'm like, oh, that's such a good scene.
All of them are good scenes. All of them. They're all good scenes.
Yeah. They are. I really wish that they'd make that into a show.
He wrote it out.
I think it'd have to be like a cartoon though.
I think so too.
Because I don't think, like, to get some of the scenes, I mean, you could, I don't know. Well, they did the Avengers stuff. I just don't know
But
if they
that's
get the
so
funding.
much fun. Yeah, money. He refused to sell the rights to Paramount for a movie. He refused, flat out refused.
I can understand that.
And he said it will be a show or it will not be anything. And talks of making it a show are in place. He wrote the first book as a screenplay for a show. So he put in the time and effort, just someone has to pick it up.
Yeah.
I do think animated it would be better.
I think it just have to be almost.
It's pretty out there. The first one, not really, but the next few, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that would be really hard, like in their mech suits and stuff. But then again, I mean, you look at Avatar and they got mech suits in there.
With a lot more money, though.
Yeah, that's just,
I also think I'm getting
What?
sick.
that's always fun. We've had that at our house yesterday.
Like, cold sick.
Oh. Got to get get your windows open, get some fresh air through the house.
Yeah, I think it's just fatigue from doing too much. Because even on my days off, I'm going somewhere, doing stuff. I think I've put so many goddamn miles on my Jeep in the past few months, more than I have, like, in the past few years.
Yeah. Well, you work an hour away from home.
Granted, those ship. So when I go to work, that's actually, like, the nicest part of my week. Because I know what I have to do when I have to do it. Like, it's easier. It's simpler. I don't have to think. I just have to keep this one motherfucker alive until we get to the hospital. And that's it.
Yep.
And it's easier than you think it is. 90% of the time.
I know how easy it is to keep things alive.
I have a goldfish.
2 kids and 2 dogs.
Are you going to get your
They're
kids a
all
lizard?
4. No, they want a frog.
I guess that's good.
My youngest is for some reason in love with frogs and wants a frog so bad.
I love ducks, so I get it.
I don't care. I mean, I just don't see the point of a pet like that, but whatever.
Like, for a kid, I get. Well, I mean, think about, like, pre-internet. That's, like, as good as entertainment as you got besides television. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I always like pets like that you can like hold and like cuddle and like
You can cuddle a frog.
you cannot.
You
They're
can.
just sticky and gross.
And
Kind of
it's-
like that's why I never understood like lizards or snakes or
They're just like
reptiles in general.
cool factor, I think, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't want to own something for a cool factor. I've never cared about that.
I do want to own jellyfish.
I don't know why you'd want to do that.
And it's just that, at that point, that's just eye candy. I want to have a very large tank full of bioluminescent jellyfish with a black light. They're very easy to take care of, right? You feed them every couple days, and they just float around. It's like a nightlight that's alive.
Oh, okay.
That's it. I'm not trying to interact with them.
So it's a really expensive
It's a flex.
lava lamp.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. But like snakes, stuff like that, I have no desire to own them. I like them, don't get me wrong. They don't do anything for me, but
I don't like them, but I mean, I have zero desire to have something like that.
I never understood the fear of snakes and stuff like that.
They're just creepy.
I think it's about if you grew up with them or not.
I think it's a passed on fear. It's
Really?
kind of like spiders.
Yeah, okay. I mean,
Like
I'm cool with
if you're
spiders.
taught to be scared of snakes, you become scared of snakes.
I mean, and it's kind of good to be scared of snakes.
Yeah.
Don't go approaching a fucking copperhead or a rattler. You know. That's a good thing to teach your kids. Like.
Yeah.
And on the same instance, don't go approaching a random spider. You don't know what it is. It could kill you, technically. So I get it. That's smart. I have never been afraid. Like, spiders can creep me out sometimes if they're small enough. Like, if I don't know what it is, it creeps me out. If I know what it is, it's a lot better. Like tarantulas.
They still give me
I love
the
tarantulas.
heebie-jeebies. We get a lot of daddy long legs around here, and they still
It's fine.
Yeah, they don't even have big enough teeth to bite you, or like big enough jaws to bite you, but they're still fucking creepy.
I don't think they're. I mean, yeah, I guess to each their own.
I do. I just think they're creepy. I mean, just you know.
Like the irrational fears, like clowns. I've never got that. It's a clown. It's a dude.
No.
Like,
No.
beat his ass.
Right?
But ghosts scare me. Like the concept of like something invisible you can't fight is beating your ass.
But that doesn't happen.
It does.
People don't get their ass beat by ghosts.
They do.
They don't.
Okay.
You have to say okay because you can't prove it to me and you know it.
I can, but you won't believe it anyways. You have to experience it yourself. Your stories and videos and stuff won't matter. You just have to experience it yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
We should do Save Me Some Beer Goes to Haunted House.
Hmm.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to have you so skeptical and stuff go. BuzzFeed did that for like 6 seasons.
BuzzFeed?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a company, like an entertainment company for YouTube and Facebook and all that. They did a segment where it was this Filipino dude and this white dude. White dude didn't believe in ghosts. Filipino dude did. And they would go to super haunted locations and do challenges and stuff to, you know. And white dude, to this day, is just like, I mean, yeah, some stuff happened that I can't explain, but that doesn't mean ghosts are real. And the Filipino dude's like, I went to a church afterwards every time because it freaked me out. But they also went into the what I really find really interesting, that I didn't know I found interesting, which makes me lame, but it's like the history they go into with these buildings and with the people and like the murders that happened there and this and that. That's really, actually really cool. And they go into that for like half the show, and then the other half is the stupid stuff.
Them actually being in there and like
Yeah.
like getting scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the actual part of like there being ghosts is the part that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
You just like to hear the history of
I
like
do.
how fucked up shit was.
It was so crazy. They gave this guy with like
Yeah.
fucking wood alcohol. Like, I don't know.
Wood alcohol?
I think that's what it was. It was like super strong to try to kill him to get his life insurance, and then he wouldn't die. Like he was such an alcoholic that like wood alcohol wasn't killing him. Fucking dope. They ended up running him over with a car. That's how they got him, but which is why they got caught.
Yeah, you can't run people over with cars.
You can, but gotta pay the
It's
price.
frowned upon.
I think we need to do more
This was
spooky
all
stuff
the
for the
way-
podcast. Is what I was getting at.
I don't think we do.
I think we do.
And it's really hard to do over distances,
Yeah, that's the problem.
you know. So until you're ready to move to South Dakota, you know.
Better cost of living. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah,
But there's no military base by you, so
there is.
which one?
My good friend, I guess that we've had on the show, is in the Air Guards here in South
Okay,
Dakota.
let me rephrase.
In Sioux Falls.
There's no positions for my job up there. You guys don't have
Ellsworth
AE.
Air Force Base.
Ellsworth does not have it. The closest is, I think, Cincinnati.
That's a long ways.
Or Michigan. We have Michigan, we have a guard, and then Montana. No, Wyoming.
Omaha?
No. That's a tanker. That's a tanker base. Wait,
What
don't.
about our secrets?
Everyone, it's public now. You
What kind of bases they are.
can Google it. KC-135s, all out that bitch. Yeah, no. I mean, in my most like realist that I can get, I love my job. A lot of people don't. For a lot of people, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. Whatever. I actually really enjoy it. I think it's worth it. What I do, I think is worth it. A lot of people don't. I don't ever want to leave my job because I can, right? Like I just be a regular medic, go to a fucking med unit, like whatever, be ground, but I don't want to. I busted my ass for my position. I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my soapbox. Again, like a lot of people like hate being in the military. They're very negative about it, and I get it. It sucks a lot.
Things suck more when you sit there and bitch about them, though.
Exactly.
Like if you just do things and you just like, this is the way it is. This is what we got to do. You get it done.
I love it.
It's over.
I love being there.
You know.
I love doing it. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what if you have to deploy?" I'm like, "Yes, deploy me! Like, let's go."
Then Grant will have to take over.
Willie.
Yeah.
I'll never be back.
Are we gonna end the podcast if you get deployed?
No, I'll still do it from my deployed location.
Oh,
You just probably won't be drinking.
that sounds terrible.
You have to take my shots for me. That actually sounds like 6 months of fun for me.
That sounds even worse.
No, I'm pretty committed to this. I know I don't put as much time and effort as I should into it, but I'm pretty committed to this. I think my attendance has proven that.
I think my attendance has proven that.
That's fair. Thank you for being so flexible with me. It's been a rough few months.
Well, there's plenty of times where I'm not. I mean, I have a rough schedule.
Do you?
Like, well, the easiest part for me is like I can be available like when we do the podcast at 9. Like
Mhm.
most of the nights I'm home because I got kids that got to go to bed and stuff, you know. But like Mondays we have wrestling practice, Tuesdays and Thursdays we have baseball, Wednesdays they have training, Wednesdays and Saturdays they have training.
Signs that you're a good dad. Humble brag.
Just none of this stuff has anything like it's not at 9 o'clock at night. You know, even baseball goes from on late nights right now 6:45 to 8. I mean, and even when we're in heavy and wrestling practice, they practice till 8:30. You know, so we could start if we started at 9:15. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know, versus, and I don't have a job that I'm gone.
Yeah, that's true too. That is nice, not having a commute. And I plan on keeping it up even when I settle down and have kids and like do all that stuff. This will be my 1 hour, right? Hopefully, I don't know. I've never had a kid before, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't the lady take care of him? I don't know.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, totally. I don't have to change diapers, right? I'm not even in the delivery room. I'm outside with a cigar.
You don't want to see the baby.
Oh, I'll be catching the baby. It's my kid.
Cut the umbilical cord with your teeth.
If I have to.
You know, according to Victora, you know, you should. Oh, I can't talk about. Oh, that's Dark Age.
It's fine. I delivered a baby.
You
It
talked about
was
that.
the most terrifying
did it, like,
experience of
2
my
weeks
entire
ago.
life. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just had to cut the umbilical cord for my kids, and it was terrifying. So
I feel more prepared than I think most new dads are in this instance. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be ready.
you're not.
That's okay. I'm excited for when they're at the age that you have your boys now. That's going to be fun.
They're all fun ages. I look back now and I get like updates on like Snapchat and stuff of them when they were 4 and 3 and just doing fun stuff. And yeah, it was different, but it's still fun.
I mean, I think my parents can attest now that it's still fun with us being the age we are.
Maybe.
So my old man says. He says he likes the free labor. He can call me.
Oh, that I bet he does like.
Yeah, he called me like, "Hey, I need you to cut the grass." Like, okay. Like, there's no argument. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Even if I didn't live here, the old man's done a lot for me. He can call me for anything. I'll be there.
Just say my name, and I'll be there.
Annual boil this weekend, Saturday. Seafood boil.
Boys.
So excited. It's going to be delicious. But yeah. 10 o'clock, my friend.
Last year, that was the big controversy.
I feel...
Crawdads?
Crawfish?
Was that crawfish? Crawdads, same thing. Was that the big controversy that nobody else wanted and you and your uncle did?
So we found out like maybe 1/16 of the people there will actually eat crawfish.
Is that what? But that's what it was. Like you guys wanted to do it, and then everybody else was like upset about it, and you just did it anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Good.
Thought it was crawfish.
My mom will eat it, but you have to do it for her. And they're little nuggets, so they take forever. Holly tears it up. She eats more than I do. So, but this year we're doing more of a seafood boil barbecue than an actual crawfish boil. We're going to do maybe about 5 pounds of crawfish for me and the people that want to eat it, and then everyone else gets crab and shrimp and all that.
Well, if you're looking for something entertainment for while people are there, there are the Olympic trials for wrestling on this weekend on Peacock. So you're gonna have a lot of really good wrestling as well.
Oh, good. I love grown men in leotards. It really just does it for me.
I tell you what, if you get to know the sport, there is nothing more exciting than watching two men grown do that.
So I don't know, because Carlos was in it in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and his first meet, the other dude picked him up and body slammed him.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the entire audience we were watching, he got picked up, and everyone just at once he got slammed down, went, ooh! So it was pretty entertaining watching my brother get shit on. And he was in shape. Like Carlos was, he's built. This other dude made him look like he was made of paper. And this guy had been doing it since he was like 8.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've watched 5-year-olds wrestle and 4-year-olds that come and wrestle and practice, and like my kids started at 7 and 10.
And they're behind the curve.
Way behind.
It's still cool that you did that. You took
They're
a different kind of sport,
They're catching up.
Oh, they will.
Honestly, I think it is going to become more and more popular. I think it's going to make a huge comeback.
Maybe.
And the one reason I say it is one, it's a girl sport, so girls could be in it.
Facts.
But I think it should be a more popular sport for people, just because of the self-discipline that it teaches people.
You gotta watch your weight.
Well, not even watching your weight, but like learning how to do the sport. Like you're out there on your own. Like there's nobody coming to wrestle. Like one of the kids was talking, they're like, went up to hit a baseball, and he hit the baseball, and it was his first game, and they're like, man, how did you do that? And all the kids are like, I can't believe you weren't nervous up there or anything. He goes, nervous? It's like, all I had to do was go up there and hit a baseball. I didn't have anybody coming at me trying to take me down and fucking pin me.
And fuck me up.
Hit a baseball. This was easy.
I guess that's fair.
He wasn't even throwing at me. He was throwing at the plate.
Yeah, that's fair.
I never thought of it like that. Like, how much of life becomes that much easier because, like, you've been the center stage and you've had it all on you. So, but we are 10:03. It has been an hour.
I'm so sorry that I didn't dial in. I'm just a little fatigued. I'll make up for it. I'm really excited for when Kay finishes the Fourth Wing. I think that's going to be a really good episode. I think we're going to have some good stuff to talk about.
I think that's going to be more than one episode.
I think that's fair.
But then I think also we maybe start getting some guests back on, and
okay.
Well,
my brother really wants to get back on, so.
Well, tell him to figure out what he wants to talk about, and if it's a good, tell him to pitch us an idea of what he wants to talk about. And if it's a good idea, then we'll let him on.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell him we're gonna start taking bids for the Sammy's Beer podcast guest spots. If you've got something interesting to talk about and we feel that is good, we'll throw it out there. So, all right. Any words for the people for the 52nd time?
Thank you for listening. It's been great. For us, maybe not for you, but it's been great for us.
Well, in famous last words, it's been real, it's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun.